Greetings, literature lovers. Let's continue from where we left yesterday. R.A. Richards, in Practical Criticism, he advocated an empirical study of literary response. He removed authorial and contextual information from 13 poems, including one by Longfellow and four by decidedly marginal poets. Then he assigned their interpretation to undergraduates at Cambridge University in order to ascertain the most likely impediments to an adequate response. This approach had a startling impact at the time in demonstrating the depth and variety of misreadings to be expected of otherwise intelligent college students as well as the population at large. The question arises, however, whether such interpretations are misreadings or relevant varieties of reading. Let's talk about Rainer Wellek and Austin Warren's theory of literature that was much ahead of its time when it published in 1949. By 1970s and 80s, the term study of literature was getting to be substituted by the term theory and soon taken over by theory with capital T. Theory has a history and is categorized into schools such as, roughly in order of their appearance, liberal humanism, new criticism, formalism, structuralism, Marxist, psychological approach, archetypal approach, myth criticism, cultural criticism, post-structuralism, deconstruction, new historicism, reader's response criticism, hermeneutic approach, phenomenological criticism, post-modernism, post-colonialism, feminism, gender studies, queer theory, eco-criticism, etc. Now talking about structuralism, which is originated in the structural linguistics of Ferdinand de Saussure and the subsequent Prague and Moscow School of Linguistics, just as structural linguistics was facing serious challenges from the likes of Noam Chomsky and thus fading in importance in linguistics. Structuralism appeared in academia in the second half of 20th century and grew to become one of the most popular approaches in academic fields concerned with the analysis of language, culture, and society. Marxist criticism, it is a loose term describing literary criticism based on socialist and dialectic theories. Marxist criticism views literary works as reflections of the social institutions from which they originate. According to Marxists, even literature itself is a social institution and has a specific ideological function based on the background and ideology of the author. The simplest goals of Marxist literary criticism can include an assessment of the political tendency of a literary work, determining whether its social content or its literary form are progressive. It also includes. Let's continue from tomorrow.